There was a time when I thought that being a leader meant that I needed to be the most interesting person in the room. I would find myself even stressing over making sure that I had the perfect story where my people could relate, the cleverest comment, or maybe even the best advice to keep my people engaged. But you know what? I was wrong. The key wasn't being interesting, it was being caring more about others than myself. So have you ever felt that way? Like you had to prove yourself to keep people's attention? So stay with me, because in this video, I'm going to share with you the top 3 ways that you can be more approachable. It all starts with shifting the focus from you to them. But before we dive in, if you're here to grow, learn, and lead better, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button on the channel. I am here every week to empower and educate leaders like you to make a real difference. So tip number 1 is to find common ground. So let's start with something simple but powerful: finding common ground. Because relationships thrive on connections, and as a leader, it is your job to find those connections. For example, I once had a team member who was really into gardening. Now, I'm not exactly a green thumb, but I listened, I asked questions, and even shared a story about one of my attempts with my plant, which didn't go well. But that small moment of a shared laughter really opened the door to a stronger connection. So here's my question for you. What is one small thing that you can do today to connect with someone on your team or in your circle? Now, it might surprise you how much common ground you can actually find when you go and look for it. Now, tip number 2 is to be vulnerable. Let's talk about vulnerability. We often think that leaders need to have all the answers, but the truth is, being relatable is far more impactful. So think about this. How often do you open up about your own challenges? When you share a Me Too moment, you create a safe space for others to do the same. So let me give you an example. Early on in my career, when I struggled with self-doubt, which most agents do in the very beginning, I finally shared that with somebody in my office, and something amazing happened. They responded with, "Wow, I have felt that way too." And so suddenly we were no longer just coworkers, we were a team. Being vulnerable isn't about oversharing, it's about showing that you are human. And trust me, people are gonna respect you more for it. Tip number 3, adopt an everyone is interesting policy. Now this last one is a game changer. When you adopt the mindset that everyone is interesting and has something to teach you, it's a game changer. Carnegie said it best: you can make more friends in 2 weeks by being interested in others than in 2 years by trying to get them to be interested in you. So when you meet someone, ask yourself, what is it that I can learn from this person, instead of trying to impress or focus on being impressed by them? Ask meaningful questions, show genuine curiosity, and watch how that dynamic shifts. Now here's a quick tip from Chick-fil-A's founder. How do you know if someone needs encouragement? It's simple, they're breathing. And within the first 30 seconds of any conversation, find a way to lift someone up. Whether it's a compliment, a kind word, or even just listening can make all the difference. So there you have it, 3 simple yet powerful ways to be a more approachable leader. Now keep in mind that being a leader is in your environment, at home, in your community, in your influence circle. Be vulnerable and believe that everyone is interesting, because leadership isn't about shining the brightest. It's about you lighting the way for others. So which of these tips are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video has helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe, and perhaps share it with somebody else that you think can grow from it. I believe that together we can empower and educate each other to lead with impact and with purpose. As always, I'm rooting for you, and I'll see you next time.